my gut is almost always right. I won't say 100%, but I've made thousands of predictions for the last 8 years of my own shows, and I've been right. I'm batting like .999999. I've made one or two wrong predictions, so once in a while I get it wrong. But my prediction isn't that Michelle Obama will be the nominee. The prediction for 2 years has been that Joe Biden will be replaced, that he's brain dead, that he's got dementia and diapers, and that he will be replaced. And the whole thing has been a scam from day one of the great scams in the history of the world, to convince everybody that this man was really the president and that he had the mental wherewithal to be the president. That's what I was predicting, that he'd be replaced. Then when it comes to who would replace him, I said, okay, let me put the puzzle together. Now it's a long shot no matter who you pick, 2 years out and 1 year out. But I always said it made sense that Michelle Obama would be the one. And now I find some of the smartest people in America agreeing with me. I find some people at CNN and MSNBC agreeing with me. I find Ted Cruz agreeing with me. I saw an analyst the other day at MSNBC say the only person that could possibly give a run for the money so late in the game would be Michelle Obama. And I always thought the fact that they picked Chicago as the site of the Democrat convention, nobody ever picks a state you've already won or you've automatically lost. You pick a battleground state where you have a chance to win by bringing your convention to that state, a highly contested state, and getting a lot of publicity and getting people over to your side. That's why the Republicans picked Milwaukee, because Wisconsin is so important. Democrats picked Chicago? I mean, they have a 100% chance of winning Illinois. There's no reason to have the event in Chicago, Illinois, except they always had a backup plan. I think in the back of their minds, they always thought, if Joe can't hang on, we will name Michelle at a brokered convention. It'll be her coming out party. It'll be her coronation. She's a Chicago gal. She's born and raised in Chicago, just, literally, right around the corner from the convention. No matter how many times Michelle says, I don't want it, and David Axelrod says she doesn't want it, and Karl Rove goes on TV and says she doesn't want it. To me, the more they say she doesn't want it, the more she wants it.
Right.
That's the whole point of politics. You act coy, and you act like you don't want it, and you make them beg you, and then you come across as the hero who didn't want it but did it for the good of the country. That's her speech, I'm telling you. I didn't want it, and like Al Pacino in Godfather 3, they made me come back in. I wanted to get away from politics, and I had a great life, and I'm doing this because I can't stand by and let the country be ruined by Donald Trump, this fascist, Hitler-like, KKK Nazi, and I've got to do it and stop the orange man, and she gets a standing ovation. I picture the speech in Chicago. Well, listen, I wrote so many columns, and again, anyone could say this stuff after the fact, but I'm on record that I've written so many columns, and of course I have 3 TV shows, and I read those columns on my show as my opening commentary, so I'm on record on TV. The tapes are there. I'm on record on radio. I'm on record in writing as saying from day one, don't take the bait, President Trump, because if you don't debate in June with Biden, they're stuck with Biden, and it's too late in September, and he'll fall apart in the debate because he has no brain anymore. We all know that. But if you take the bait and you debate with Joe Biden on June 27th, first of all, it's the earliest in the history of the presidency of the United States. No one's ever debated that early for a good reason. No matter what you do, no matter how big you win, it's all forgotten by September. You don't do things in the summer because they're long forgotten by the time you get to election season. That's why all the debates are in September and October. So don't do it, President Trump. I said that because you will destroy him, and he will be unmasked so the emperor has no clothes. We will all find out what Wayne Root's been saying for 5 years, that he's brain dead and he's not really the president of the United States. He's a puppet, and the real president is Obama. We'll all find that out, and then he'll have to drop out. And all of a sudden, instead of having Biden to run against, you're going to get somebody younger, more energetic, and somebody who doesn't have a horrendous track record like Joe Biden of destroying the country for 4 years. Now, you and I both know, Bill, this is not Joe Biden's track record.
No,
it's Democrats' track record. They're all the same. They all believe in the exact same thing. But Michelle Obama will not take credit for this record. She'll say that was Joe Biden. That's not me. Anyone will say it. Wes Moore will say it. Even Hillary Clinton would say it. Oh, I would do a great job. Joe Biden, well, he just didn't have it anymore. Right. So all throw him under the bus and blame him. So I was on record as saying, don't do this debate because you've got nothing to gain. You're in the lead, I believe, in all the credible polls. He's up by 8 points, 9 points, 10 points, and he's up in every battleground state and every credible poll. Of course, they put out a few minor ones before the debate to try and bunk up Joe Biden's confidence by saying he's up by 2. It's a lie. Yeah. He's not up by 2 anywhere. So, but there was nothing to gain by doing this debate. But you were going to lose Joe Biden. He was going to be replaced if you let the country see him. So, and the thing that struck me was the morning before the debate, I hadn't heard one word about Michelle Obama, not one. And all of a sudden, the morning before the debate, articles started popping up all over the country saying Michelle Obama has a rift with the Biden family.
Right.
Because she was best friends with Biden's son Hunter's ex-wife. And the two of them during the 8 years of Obama's presidency were like thick as thieves, and they loved each other, and they went on trips together, and they went to the massage together, and they did this together. And she didn't like the way the Biden family treated her when Hunter divorced her. They were nasty to her, and she wanted nothing to do with the Bidens ever again. I said, my God, they're putting it right in front of you. All of a sudden, Michelle, right before the debate, her name comes up, and she's the good guy with the white hat, and the Biden family's bad. And the way that the entire media reacted, Bill, after the debate, all at once, they all said, the same people who've been protecting and lying and covering up, they all knew what Joe Biden was like for 4 years now. And many of them have interviewed him. Many of them have seen him up close and personal. They've seen him at press conferences. They knew exactly what he was like. But all of a sudden, the night of the debate, all at once, everybody and every TV network said, Joe Biden's got to go. Oh, my God, this disaster. It's like it was a written script. They used that debate to get rid of Joe Biden. They knew they were going to do it, and they knew they would go to Chicago. And I believe in Chicago, they know that they're going to coronate Michelle Obama. Just my gut instinct. But I'll tell you what, I wrote a column. It's not out yet. I'll just let you be the first to hear the headline. It's tomorrow morning. It'll be out. And the headline is, forget about who's going to replace Joe Biden. That is the least important question in America. It's a distraction. It's a weapon of mass distraction. What should matter to everyone after watching that debate is who's running the country.